What if I told you that despite vast reserves of coal, Eskom operates at just 50% capacity? Hard to believe, isn't it? Let's take a moment to unpack this. South Africa is blessed with an abundance of coal, a resource that should ideally translate into reliable power for its people. However, this isn't the case. Eskom, the state-owned power company that holds the monopoly on power generation in the country, is only operating at half its capacity. Now, this isn't a recent development. There was a time when Eskom was a shining beacon on the African continent, a well-functioning energy sector that was the envy of many. Back then, Eskom was synonymous with power, literally and metaphorically. It was a time when the lights stayed on, industries thrived, and the economy boomed. Fast forward to the present day, and the picture is starkly different. Eskom's light has dimmed, and the once reliable power company is now grappling with a host of issues. From rolling blackouts to dwindling capacity, the company is a shadow of its former self. And the impact? It's not just Eskom that's in the dark, the entire country and its economy are bearing the brunt of Eskom's underperformance. Eskom's decline didn't happen overnight. The company, which is entirely state-owned, has been plagued by years of mismanagement and corruption. The issues run deep, from the highest levels of administration to the ground-level staff. It's a tangled web of problems that have led to Eskom's current state. But it's not just about Eskom's internal issues. The company's downfall has a domino effect on South Africa. With the power sector in disarray, industries are suffering, and the economy is struggling to stay afloat. Jobs are at risk, and the country's development is being hampered. Eskom's poor performance is now a problem for all of South Africa and the economy, but how did we get here? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into Eskom's decline and the factors that led to its current state in the next scene. The downfall of Eskom is a tale of corruption, mismanagement, and sabotage. These destructive forces took the reins during the Jacob Zuma administration, turning this once enviable powerhouse into a crumbling monument of inefficiency. The corruption at Eskom wasn't just a matter of a few bribes here and there. No, it was systemic, deeply ingrained within the very bones of the organization. It was a cocktail of wasteful expenditure, state capture, and even corruption related to black economic empowerment legislation. This lethal mix infected the company, causing it to operate at half its capacity, despite South Africa's vast reserves of coal. The mismanagement at Eskom was akin to a ship's captain who neglects his duties, allowing his vessel to drift aimlessly into a storm. The staff, who should have been the guardians of this entity, neglected their responsibilities, allowing the organization to deteriorate further. But perhaps the most shocking aspect of Eskom's fall from grace was the acts of sabotage. Yes, you heard it right, sabotage from within. Let's take a journey back to November 2023. South Africa was in the grip of rolling blackouts, courtesy of their state-owned electricity company. In the midst of this chaos, a contractor at a power station in the eastern Mpumalanga province intentionally sabotaged one of the site's main generation units. The unit broke down, ensuring yet another day of nationwide outages. This act wasn't just a mere prank or a disgruntled employee lashing out. It was a calculated move, aimed at causing damages worth $1 million and nearly $6 million in lost revenue. Why, you ask? So, his employer would be hired to make the repairs. Such acts of corruption, mismanagement, and sabotage have left Eskom in a state of disarray. The result of such acts? An estimated theft of approximately $1 billion per month, including the theft of fuel and infrastructure. This is the sad state of affairs at Eskom, a once proud symbol of South African energy independence, now a cautionary tale of what happens when corruption goes unchecked. With all this corruption and sabotage, it's no wonder Eskom is in a debt crisis. But who owes Eskom the most? Now let's dive into the murky waters of debt. Eskom, the once shining star of South Africa's energy sector, is now crippled by a humongous debt of 423 billion rand. So who are the main contributors to this debt? The answer may surprise you. None of the metropolitan municipalities in the country are in the top 5 debtors. The dubious honor of being Eskom's top debtor goes to the Maluti Apofung local municipality in the Free State. They owe Eskom a staggering 7.2 billion rand. Not far behind is the Emaleleni local municipality in Mpumalanga, with a debt of 7.24 billion rand. These municipalities, amongst others, have dug a deep hole of debt that seems almost insurmountable. But the story doesn't end here. Eskom's debt crisis is not just about the money owed by these municipalities, it is a symptom of a deeper problem, a mix of corruption, mismanagement, and neglect, that has brought this once prosperous institution to its knees. But the question that hangs in the air like the proverbial sword of Damocles is, with such a massive debt, is there any hope for Eskom? As we delve into this issue in the next segment, let's remember that the future of South Africa's energy sector hangs in the balance. With a collapsing company and a country starved for electricity, is there any hope for Eskom? As we turn our gaze towards the future, we're greeted by a question that weighs heavily on the minds of South Africans. Can Eskom be saved? Is there a light at the end of this tunnel, or are we destined to remain in the dark? Eskom's financial predicament is dire, to say the least. A debt amounting to a staggering 423 billion rand, coupled with operational collapse, paints a picture of a company on the brink. But like any good story, there's always room for redemption. The first step towards salvation lies in the hands of the government. Recognizing the crisis for what it truly is pivotal. This isn't just about Eskom anymore. This is about the future of South Africa's energy supply. It's about keeping the wheels of this great nation turning. Once the crisis is acknowledged, the government needs to place Eskom under business rescue. This isn't a sign of defeat, but rather a strategic move to regain control. With Eskom under business rescue, the stage is set for restructuring. A new, efficient, and corruption-free Eskom can emerge from the ashes of the old. The goal is to not only clear the debt, but to ensure a secure, reliable energy supply for the nation. The future of Eskom is uncertain, but without immediate action, the future of South Africa's energy supply hangs in the balance. If you liked the video, please subscribe, like, and comment below on things you think should include it.